This is Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day. Take a look here at Bitcoin, gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas. And we'll take a look at the old indexes, the Dow, the S&P, and the old Nasdaq. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy selling stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, Friday, we had to sell off, but then Friday here, we put this bottoming tail in, okay? Now, it rallied right back up here, but it got right into the 8-day and the 21-day. Now, you can see how it was holding this very, very nicely, and now it popped up, and we're closed back above this 8-day and this 21-day, which is very, very nice. That's going to be the key on the closing basis, okay? So, yesterday here, after hours, just love that trading here at 8 o'clock at night. It starts, you can go 24 hours a day. Is this BITX? I got into that at 53 flat. And now you're sitting at 55.69. So this is a really good trading day here on the old Bitcoin. Okay, so we rallied up here high. So we got as high today as 108.445 level, okay? So what we're really looking at here is going to be looking at the top of this candle here, 109.240. That's going to be next, okay? That's going to be next. And then we keep on going up here. What do you got? 109.340 level. And then we come right up here at 110.855, 110.890. And then we come up to this level here, looking at 112.60, and then 112.345 is your breakout. You crack above that, you go 113. My one target is be 115, but we'd have to see what the reaction is once you get up here, okay? That's the key. Does it pop right up here, maybe even go through, and then come back down? The key is if it gets up to this area, it has to close above this key number, 112.345. That's the key, is closing above it. Now, on the downside here, looking very, very nicely, 106.953, their 21-day and your 8-day. Those are your key levels that are support. Now, there is also a letter support right here, 107.495 level. Okay, that's what you're going to be looking at. But realistically, this 21-day and 8-day, that's going to be very, very critical. We lose that, we'll come right here to the bottom of the candle, looking at 106.30 level here. We're going to look to today's low, 105.60 level. And then we want to retest Friday's low there at that 103.10. And you can work your way down here to the price channel. But right now, we're looking very, very good for a nice, good upside move here. Now, we got to overbought condition, as you can see. And usually it happens like that. It sells off here. Now we have a good move up. We're only sitting at 57. Plenty of room on the way upside here. Now, green below your red here. This is sideways, shows momentum to the downside, but that's here. A little bit late on the old reaction. Let's just see if we can turn back up here and push this bad boy up higher. Now, you can see here on the weekly chart, always want to set a weekly up here, because look how nice this is holding. Look at this 8-day, okay? So, came right on down, held it, down, held it, and then look at here, held this again here. So this is 3 weeks in a row here. We're holding that 8-day SMA. This is why you trade the chart. So by Friday, we got to make sure that it holds this 104.753 level. That's going to be very critical on a closing basis there by Friday. Now, you can see here RSI here. We didn't really get overbought, but we're just hanging in very, very strong. Your green over your red. Weekly chart looks very, very bullish here to take it higher, at least to retest that 112.345. Then we have to see where we all stand. Now, easy way I trade this is I usually trade the IBIT. I've been trading this BITX, which is a 2 times leverage. IBIT is a 1 time, is a 1-to-1. But I like a little bit more juice, and now that I'm getting familiar with the old Bitcoin, that's working out very, very nicely. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold. I always look at gold and oil and silver and a lot of these commodities. It was almost like a fear factor kind of situation. Okay, big brouhaha up there in the Middle East. But it looks like it's kind of calming down here. Iran wants U.S. to interfere, wants to get a hold of Israel and call for a ceasefire. Okay, I think they're a little bit over your head. Okay, so it's easy. You can shoot missiles, but you always got to get the retaliation. So you always got to be very careful of that. Now you can see here we got this big red candle. It's almost like an engulfing candle of the previous days, which was that Friday candle. Okay, so what we're looking for here on the downside is obviously it's today's low, looking at that 3,400. But this is going to be key, is holding this 8-day at 33.80. We lose that here and come right to the bottom of this candle right here at 33.58, and then we're going to go right here at 33.42 is your 21-day, and then we have a 50-day here at 32.99 here. The chart is still very, very bullish here. We got a cup and we got a handle situation, so not going to get too excited. One little thing can have a little mishap there, something like the Straits of Hormuz. If that goes, something happens there, boom, gold would rally up very, very hard. Now here on the upside here, What we're looking for now, since we're back below, we're looking for the top of this candle here. That's at 34.27 level, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to be looking right to the left here again, 34.44, 34.48 level, and then we can come up here, 34.68, and then we look at today's high, 34.76, and then we have 35.09. You crack that? 3550, 3600 is going to be your targets, okay? So right now here, we just got a little correction going here. No big deal. Let's just see if we can hold that 8-day. If not, let's see the catch-all on the 21-day. If not, we got that nice 50-day, which held it multiple times, which means if it comes down again, there's no reason it can't hold it again. Okay, so right now here, I took off the GLD here today because, it's kind of like calmed down now. It's kind of a situation over there. But if it rallies back up here, I'll be back in the GLD, and then we'll just take it higher. Now, I don't do any short ski in the gold here. I just trade it from the long side, and GLD is a really good ETF to do that. Okay, now we're only sitting at 56 here. That this can go back and forth, but this shows that it's very, very strong. Your green is still over your red, momentum to the upside. Not too bad here. Okay, but we have this big red candle, and if it stays down here, it goes lower. That means that's an engulfing candle, which engulfed that, which means it's going to go lower. Okay, just that simple. Now, silver. Silver's hanging in here very good. Okay, so here we have the daily. Look at here. We're holding it here. Look how nice this is. Okay, look how many days. As long as we hold this 8-day, we're good. Okay, we start losing that, then we come right to the bottom of the candle, 36.04. We'll come down to the bottom here. You're looking at 35.58 level. Then we can start going right over here. Okay, 35.15. We come up here, 34.95 level, which lines up very, very nice here with this 34.94 level. And then we come all the way down here to your 21-day, 34.51, which is basically your catch-up. But right now, we're looking pretty good because we're holding that 8-day. Upside, we want to look to today's high, 36.64 level. Then we go here to 36.77. Then we can come up here to 36.97 and then 37.03. Crack that, you're going 38, and you're pushing right to that 40 mark. Now, you can see here, still very, very strong. As long as we hold that 8-day, this RSI will stay right there, very, very strong. And your green is over your red, momentum to the upside. So just be a little bit patient. Okay, be a little bit patient. All right, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily chart, and we have a weekly chart on the old crude ski. Okay, now you can see here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders. I said it's going right to that 200-day. Where to go? Right to the 200-day. Okay, now, I always say if there's some kind of a disruption, any kind of a war, any kind of disruption with the oil market, hurricane season, storms, whatever it is, okay, it's going to send crude higher, and obviously it did. So you look at the bottom there, 68.49. Look at the 10, 77.62 there. You got about $9 in premium. Okay, and this is basically the war premium. Obviously, it came right on down here today. Okay, so what we're looking for here, we're always look at the next support level. So you're looking right here. At the top of that candle is a 70.41 there, and then we'll come over here to the bottom of today's candle here. You're looking at 69.38, but your key level is going to be the 68.61, and your 8-day at 67.47, and we have your 100-day 66.21, 63.99, and then we have your 50-day rate below it. So you got a lot of good support right below it. But remember, when you have that premium, there's plenty of supply in the market here, crude. Okay, that's reality. There's plenty of supply. Okay, it's not a supply and demand issue. This was a war premium, and that's what sent it right on up here. But again, the smart trader here, I got out of that UCO, and then I got into the SCO here, and I put a little bit of short ski on there, and it was a really, really good trade there today, okay? So the SCO got as low as 15.93. I didn't get that. I got in at 16 flat. It went up to 17. I didn't sell it at 17. I put a stop loss there at 16.75. So I got 75 cents there out of the crude today with 5,000 shares. So that was a really good day in the trading. Okay, so don't worry about buying that bottom. Don't worry about selling that top. If you get that meat in the middle, that's all you need to do. Okay, that's the key of it, because nobody knows. In a little conflict, in a little news, it could send that crude up much, much higher. Okay, so again, a little short ski on that here. Now I'm going to flatten the situation. I'm going to see how the futures open tonight, and then we'll decide if I'm going to put the short or long back on. Okay, now you can see here on a weekly chart, came right down. It went down below that 50 SMA here, but you notice that it is still holding that 50-day on the weekly chart. We lose that, you're going to come down to the 21-day and possibly even down to the 8-day. My personal opinion here, if they can get some kind of resolution going on there in the Middle East, I think it could go right back down to the 60s very, very easily, probably maybe even on that 65 level. Okay, I mean, that's just how reality is. That's how I trade crude, and that's why I love trading the old crude scheme. So today we had this high of 77.49, and then your recent high there's 77.62. so you couldn't really do anything. So realistically, we still have an inside day. So now we got to see how that's all going to shake out here. But always what is when you get them pop-ups here, it's just like the VIX, okay? When that VIX pops up, and starts rocketing up here, that's when you want to really buy the stocks here. When this pops up here on a war premium kind of situation, that's where you want to take a little short ski, okay? So easy way to trade it, UCO for the long, SEO for the short, nice trade. Okay, let's take a look now here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas here. Now, the reason it's popping up here today is they're predicting a very, very hot July. Okay, well, this is what I always said on there. Okay, when you have natural gas, okay, and you start getting some kind of changes in the situation here, you have a hot summer. Well, what do you got to do? You got to have the power plants. There's really hardly any coal or wind or solar that's going to do anything. It's going to be natural gas. It's going to do the power plants. Then boom, goes in, pumps the power into the air conditioning system. That's how you get the drain. Okay, natural gas is very fickle. Now, I don't hold the gas with natural gas, long or short, overnight. Crude oil I do, but not natural gas here. I just trade for the day, and there's always a trade in the old natural gas, okay? Always a trade. Okay, so let's give for an example. UNG got there as low as 16.51, got as high as 17.06 there. So that was a really nice trade. Did I get the whole thing? Oh, hell no, but I got 30 cents out of it. Okay, so that's all I cared about. Get my 30 cents out of that natural gas here, because I trade so many other things here, okay? So again, that was a really, really good trade. Now, again, if we can close back above this right here, this 384 level, then yeah, I'll be balls out here to the next level. I won't take it overnight, but I'll be trading that thing more to the upside because there's going to be your target at 393, 408, 415, 420, and then 425. Hey, but you got to close above this key level. But right now we have this double top that's still very, very much in play, and we got this sideways action. But if you look at the price, we're hanging right above. Look at here. Okay, 367, you're above the 100-day. Right there, there's your next support, 362, you're above that. 21-day, you're at 352, you're above that. And then 346, you're all above that. Okay, so right now you got a lot of really good support here, so don't have any opinion on that kind of. But I just found out it's better there that I just trade natural gas long and short because it's very, very fickle. Okay, now 57, plenty of room to roll to the upside, green over your red here, looking very, very good here. I'm just looking at here is just scalp trading until we can get a close above that 384. We do that, then we're going to be running up higher. Okay, let's take a look at the indexes. Okay, here we have the Dow, the S&P, the old Nasdaq. Now you can see here, look at the old Dow first, okay? Looking very, very good, okay? So now we had this red candle there on Friday. Now look how nice this is. It popped up. But again, you really have to hold this 21-day. That's going to be very, very crucial, okay? We want to hold that 21-day, 42,422. And then we want to go and hold this next level support there is going to be is your 100-day, 42,216. And then we'll come down here to Friday's low at that 42,602 level, okay? We lose that, we're going to come right down to this level here, and then possibly all the way down to the price channel, which is basically your 41,354 level, bottom of that candle, and then we have your 50-day at 41,206. But you have to close below the 21-day and 100-day in order to do that, okay? Upside here, we're looking right at that 8-day. You notice where it popped up today, but it couldn't close above, okay? But if it can, then we'll just look at today's high, 42,707. Then we'll come up to the top of this candle right here. You're looking at 42,842. Then we'll come up here. You're looking at 42,924. Work yourself all the way up here to the retest at 43,15. Okay? But again, we have this melt up going, so you got to be just a little bit careful. Okay, S&P, pretty much the same thing here. Nice, good rally today. But really, what you're doing is you're trading right here between his 8-day, see? 6,007, and then we trade that price channel at 6,059. Okay, so we're basically just trading in there. Now we crack above that key 6,059 level, then I'll show you exactly where we're going to be going then. Okay, so if we get above that here, then we're going to start coming into all this congestion here. But realistically, we'll be looking here. We can get up to that 6128 and even at the 6147 level. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of resistance right in this area here. But again, with the melt up, that can go much, much higher. But you got to watch this RSI. We've got negative divergence. Always pay attention to that. As this is going up, this is going down. So it's just a matter of time before this. All it takes is one little thing, and boom, it can come down nice hardly. But again, holding the 8-day, holding the 21-day, that's very, very key. If that's lost, you come right down to the 5808. That's your 100-day. We have your 200-day sitting right there at 57.72. And then we have your gap fill sitting right there at 56.91. And then we have your nice 50-day at 56.80. Okay, so you got a lot of good support. But as long as that 8-day, this 21-day is holding here, very, very key that she's going to keep do the old melt up. Okay, here we have the Nasdaq, one of my favorite trades here. Another really good trade today was the old NVIDIA. That was a really good trade. Yeah, T2Q is always my favorite because that's a nice basket. Meta was a really good trade there again today. Microsoft there was a really good trade. And Netflix, I mean, I can go on and on and on. To me, tech is still, that's the play right now. Okay. So what do we have here? Oh, besides crude oil. Okay. Got to have the old crude oil. Got to have Bitcoin now. Okay. So anyway, we're going to be looking at the low here. You got 19,563, and we're going to be looking right at that price channel at that 19,800 level. Okay, so we're basically trading in that range. So just watch that 8-day on the downside. That's going to be key. We lose that, we'll come here to Friday's low, 19,367, and then we're looking at 19,300. That's going to be very, very crucial. But you can see the melt up is still holding, but we still have this negative divergence going on here. Okay, so you got to pay a little bit of attention to that. So we started cracking above that area. See, we have the same thing. See, we have a lot of good resistance going on right in this area here. We get above that, we can come all the way up here to that 2110, possibly even 2204 level. Okay, very, very easy. The melt up is still going, but I just give you a warning here that when something melts up like this and you have that negative divergence, eventually it might take a little while, but it does come falling on down. All right, so I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, and we will do it all over again. And just remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.